That was my motorhome in those days. I got ripped off by another Hungarian, unfortunately, and I traded an old BMW and a truck that I was also ripped off on to buy this motorhome. It was a very powerful Chinook motorhome. It was very old, so I had to restore it. It was a tremendous amount of money and a tremendous amount of work, which I will never, ever, 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 ever do again. So, anyway, let's start. This is now France, looking at the cities, castles, so on and so forth. Sometimes I would come across a crypt or something that was our family's. I've seen a few things, very interesting things, that my family didn't even know that we had connections to various other royal families, and it's been sort of like a hobby of mine. But now that I've seen literally every single castle in Europe, no, I have not seen every single castle. I still would like to do all of Czech Republic because, for whatever reason, Hitler spared the Czech Republic, and lots of castles, beautiful, beautiful castles exist there. And that is where I met a bunch of people by accident, finding out that my family was there during medieval times, and their crypts are in the church and outside the church and all over the place. So it was an accident that I went there. I only went there because somebody told me that people were dressing up in period clothes and fighting on the streets, and I go, wow, that's cool. So I wanted to see that. We don't have that in Canada. We do not have anything like that in Canada yet. So anyway, it was very, very cool, and I started the medieval bug caught me. I started going around looking at these things. I joined groups and hung out with these people, and it was very, very entertaining. They were just actors, clubs and people like that who also liked this sort of thing, and they got dressed up in the period clothes. They spent all their money on their costumes. These are really dedicated artisans. And so most of these are in France, but for some strange reason, some Hungarian stuff got mixed up in with this stuff. I don't know. How did they build this stuff? I, it's perplexing to me, especially because I'm in construction. I could never have done anything like this. I mean, my construction was primitive compared to this stuff. And this stuff is older. This is actually Hungary. But this is not Hungary. I don't know. I think this is Hungary again. This is France. And my ex-girlfriend, she, for whatever strange reason, she found these terrible routes for us to take through the mountains. It was really, really, terrible. In some cases, we were up in a logging road with a motorhome and a 8-meter long trailer. Oh my God! Turning the corners were almost impossible. If we ever got stuck up there, we would have been absolutely screwed. Anyway, the other stuff she found, the other routes she found, were pretty good. She was a good navigator. I told her she wanted to see the Eiffel Tower really bad, so I told her to take the camera and go up. I've seen it 100 times. Actually, not 100 times. I saw it maybe. I went up into the Eiffel Tower maybe 3 times. After the first time, you don't really need to go up there. It's like the CN Tower in Toronto. It's cool, but who cares? It's a good tourist trap. But the city is truly beautiful. No question about it. The French markets were just astounding. What they had is unbelievable. The French eat probably better than most Europeans do. But I still like Hungarian food better, I think, than all of them. Although, in Portugal, I ate seafood every day. But there are certain types of seafood you can't eat because of the plastics that are in them. Like swordfish, you're not supposed to eat anymore. So I only had one swordfish steak, and that was the end of it. Though my friends have been eating it every day, and I said, you got to be careful. But they're very old, very, very old friends, and nothing ever happened to them. They're healthier than probably most people in the world. To go out and walk 5 kilometers every day, those two, I can't do that. You know, I had a little scooter with me, a little old man scooter, and I was following them around in my scooter. But they showed me lots of things in Lagos. This is not Lagos. This is France. This is the market in France. I'm just giving you a little side thing because I took more pictures in France, I think, than I took of anything else. I found that was kind of interesting. There was a Mountie there from World War I. Canadian Mountie. Oops, I cut this off. What a shame. I don't know if this is the Louvre. No, it's not. Okay, this is somewhere else. My ex. She got to see what no Hungarian sees. I mean, literally. The Hungarians don't, I don't know. Well, it's probably because of lack of funds. They don't go to these places. This is the Louvre. Absolutely stunning. All the stuff the French stole from everywhere else. Yes, this is all that stuff, mostly. And there was some French art there too, but yeah, lots of pilferage going on in the old days. If there's something you like, you can just pause on it because there's really too much. I took pictures of every single thing. I couldn't even finish the Louvre. It was too much. I had to stop halfway through. I couldn't walk through anymore. It was too much for me. Too much walking. It's beautiful. All right, let's continue this on the next video.